there's a brace across the top, L shape with a round corner. That fits up between the beams around the room and the ceiling. And the round corner, one, it's easy to make, and two, it's if there's any difference in the concrete up there, it won't be in the way. I got a gimbal, by the way, but the thing is just giving me a fit, so I just threw it away. And it may come back someday, but not today. This is another rendition of it. It's got a different reflector. The ends are different. And it's made out of less pieces. But I just didn't like a lot of things about it. One was the mount where the light come out. This black line left to right, and this one going down, that's the LEDs in the fluorescent tube. That's where they point. So that one was all right in a lot of respects, except I thought that bracket would take more time to make, and since I got to make 300 brackets, I decided I wouldn't do that. And then I didn't like the reflector, and that really killed it. Here's the third iteration on the same theme. This got a completely different reflector. Now you notice that where the light shines out of the tube, it just grazes the top of the reflector if on the center of the pattern. What goes up lights the ceiling, and what goes down a little bit gets bounced off the reflector and diffuses across the ceiling. Now, and this is the one we're going to build. The green stuff is 1/4 by 1.5. So is the red. The let's see here. 2.4458 is the thickness of the light that comes out of this. It washing down the wall and washing across the ceiling. That's another thing about this. It doesn't just light the ceiling. It lights the wall and the ceiling. Not that you couldn't put a piece of electrical tape on your tube or mount it with a. Oh, these tubes are V-shaped. The LEDs. Let me get this a little closer here. This here, and then there's a corner, and then it goes back this way. The LEDs are mounted on this flat face and that flat face, and the blue thing that doesn't probably show up here, that's where the two pins go in. So you slide your pins, your tube down, then you turn it 90 degrees. Same as the fluorescents had in houses years ago. These are the they're not connected. I forget what they call shunted. I think they call it, but there's no shunt in these end caps. The end caps are 48 cents a piece. You have two wires here. Of course, the two wires are connected, and they connect to this yellow thing here. That's what the pin locks into, the real round thing that goes into that. This is a mounting hole. You can put a screw down through here with a nut on the back. What we're going to do is we're going to thread this red flat bar here. It's running lengthwise. It looks like a little square block, but it actually runs lengthwise. And we're going to put a screw straight through and thread into that because that's 1/4 inch thick. Plenty of threads. The other option is in some installations they use this thing here for a square nut, and then they screw it up from the bottom. Let's see here. This is this is a side view of those caps. The yellow and orange stuff, that's the clips the light pins hook to. And then right in the center here going up, that's your screw hole. Looking at it from the side down here, the screw hole will be going up and down. Well, that's not going to show very well. This is the overall height of the hole from the base, and how wide the base is. So 1.5 inches with a 12480 width works pretty good. The height of the bracket is 1.6800. I keep forgetting the camera lens is on the end of the camera. I don't know if it'll focus here in a second or not. Maybe not. If anybody's interested, I could blow this up some. I might can blow it up right now. Wait a minute. Oh, yes. I just struggle with this gimbal, and I'm not doing so hot on the rest of it. So this is 9.875 of sheet metal. That's like, if you take mark a 10-inch cut off the tin. That's the thickness of the blade, the cutoff wheel. And this is the third iteration of the bracket, the one we're actually going to use. It's cut in our, we have a rebar shear, and we put a 10-foot handle on so the little girls could use it. But they don't weigh enough, even with a 10-foot handle. There's just no weight to them. Like 85, 90 pounds, they just can't push it down. But the guys, they don't have any trouble at all. They go chop with it. So the girls got changed into other jobs. They didn't need to be bending. We got the rebar thing up there because they're making window grills and things like that. They're working on site using our upstairs on the top of the atrium. It's got wood across the atrium with a bunch of stuff keeping it from falling through. I guess it's working. Who else we got here? Oh, that's too small to see. This is the piece of flat bar with the hole locations in it that that the little end caps bolt to. Well, there's one closer to the end here too. Huh. Just about a 1/2 inch for the first one. 1.5 inch wide flat bar. Next pair of holes is at 190340 and 163773. And then we got a set at 66 and plus and 768 plus. 5 sets of holes, I would think. 115.7, 118.3. 165.4 and 168.05. These numbers are measured off the first bolt hole because there's different lengths of them for different rooms. 213 and 217. If it goes past 240, I'm not going to be in trouble. I have to have a second piece. Yeah, it's past 240. 267 and 264. I'll be getting close to the end. Yeah. And 285 will be the single block on the end down there. Let's bring in the thing, what it looks like. Plenty of colors on here. Okay, the L-shaped brackets, the round end, they have 2 holes in them. One there and one up at the top, which doesn't show very well. And also the greenish blue bars, there's a hole through the bracket, and also a hole through the light reflector. The light reflectors are 4 feet long, and these things is 23 1/4 on center. And that makes the a light go from the outside of one to the outside of the other one, and they overlap by that 1.5 inches. Every other the red ones are bolted on top. The black ones are bolted directly onto the steel, onto the brackets. So that way they don't have any light showing through. There's 1.5 inch overlap. And that also worked out for the spacing where none of the blocks had to go through something that was already there. This material doesn't have to be this thick. I drew it this thick just because that's what I was doing that particular minute. I'm probably going to go with something 3/16. In the Philippines, this 0.206 thick, that's called 3/8 standard. That has never been 3/8. I don't know why they do that. The width is only a 32nd narrow. It's the thickness that's way off. Let's this is 48-inch tubes, LED tubes. The one on the end here, that's 18 inches long. They're 18-inch on both ends, and all the ones in between are 4 foot. And that's how the tube fits into the little plastic ends. They're called lamp holders on eBay. It was $22 for 25 pairs. It takes a pair for lights. You got one on each end. The lights, I could go back to the other picture, I suppose. The bottom, a little better than half of it, is an aluminum extrusion, a heat sink. And that makes it really stiff. And the top is a clear acrylic cover. I didn't go to frosted covers. I ordered the clear ones. I thought that would put out more light. And there's no glare because it's the whole purpose of this thing is it's hidden up in the ceiling. Anyway, I priced light fixtures, and LED light fixtures was they started at $43, and at $87 you got 2 tubes in them, but they were pretty much the same. And 87 times 10, 104 light fixtures, that adds up to way too much money for poor people. So what we got here is a almost 90-cent pair of blocks on the end, and buying 100 of them at a time. The light tubes are $4.62 a piece, and the wiring is just wire. 3/16 stainless is about let's see, 2,000 pesos, $40 a sheet, and you get 10 pieces, 4 foot long. That's 40 feet. Our rooms are mostly 24 feet long where these go. So we can just about do a room out of one sheet. And it saves having to put up all that galvanized channel and put it together with pop rivets and then putting Hardiflex on it. And because our ceilings everything's poured concrete, the whole house is poured concrete. So we just put skim coat right on the concrete. It's plenty flat. I don't think I'll get shadows, but the reflector having that V in it and bouncing light at a different angle, that'll probably erase the shadows anyway. May or may not. If it's objectionable, we'll put some more skim coat. I got a skim coat knife 3 feet wide if I want to use it. They like the little it's a dough cutter. You go to Sky King over in Nike, and we got Sky King's got a lot of stores, I guess. It's a wooden handle with about a 5.5 inch or 6 inch long blade, about 4 inches wide. They put one in both hands, and they wipe one against the other, and they put it up there and wipe it along. They really like them. They start out with a piece of plastic bucket. I thought that might take forever. Anyway, Cove lighting. This what we're looking at now is rotated 45 degrees. It's not the shape it really is. Where's everybody hiding? I'll turn it upside down. I never have been real good at using this command here. I've read the instructions. I still don't know how it works. It's not enough to use it every day. Well, that's looking at that from the back. This is detailed instructions on how to build stairs. Wood stairs, metal stairs, or concrete stairs. The math is the same. You can't do it without math. Anyway, I made a video. It is so terrible. It may be the first one I've ever done that I just have to throw it away. I probably should throw it away. And anyway, if you want to know how to build stairs, there's a video on that too. I think that I've watched so many people screw up stairs on YouTube. I thought I'd just show you how you do it. It's not that bad. Anyway, that's our video on Cove lighting. We call it something else in the U.S., but nobody knows it by that name, so I'm trying to sound Filipino. It's called Cove lighting over there. They take tray ceilings and then they put can lights in the bottom, shining down like for down lights. And then they put a bunch of LED light bulbs up inside this box. And it shines out through a space between the box and the tray in the middle. They look nice, but they cost probably 10 or 15% the price of the house. I'd rather have that money in floor tile. Okay, and that's the end of this disaster. If I can get it off. Thank you for coming by.